Hey guys, John with JFTops. We're going to do a quick install with our new aluminum bed topper and tonneau cover. Very excited this is coming out. Let me go over some tools real quick that you're going to need. The bolts are 1/2 inch. That's what's going to assemble your panels. Then you're going to need your OEM the bed rail bolts for your top. A T40 Torx. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch ratchet wrench, and then of course a 1/2 inch socket, just depending on what I need to do to reach. Let me also point out, so on the panels, on the main panel, your crunch nuts are already in the panel, so all you're going to have to do is line up your bolts. Makes it real easy. And then I'm going to show you real quick something I wanted to point out with the tailpiece. On the tailpiece, we've welded an extra strut in the back, and that's mainly to keep it from being wavy at the back, and also so that it doesn't, if it's under a load, if you put something on top, it doesn't, bring it into the tailgate. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the install, do it in real time, and we'll fast forward while you watch me do all this. Also, wanted to go ahead and bring this up. I get this asked all the time. Will the bed topper fit a speaker box? Well, as you can see, I've got a kicker 12-inch box. Like I tell everybody, the main thing, as long as the speaker box is below the bed rail, and as long as that happens, you can fit it over. Now, the lip on the bed topper is about 1.25 inches. So you've got from the bed rail down 1.25 inches. In my case, this box is just tall enough where it won't go underneath there, so I've already got my sub situated where the panel is going to drop, so that way when it bolts together, it's in there. We'll go ahead and start. I've already put the security panel in the front to make it easier. All you're going to do from the side, panel in. Kind of start lining up your bolts. Okay, let me go ahead and bring this up. I would also, the same thing for the JL, this little rubber tab, just easily you pop these little tabs out, and then I just set mine out of the way so that way this sits flush. Just go ahead and line up. I'm just going to go ahead and all I'm going to do is finger start all my bolts, because you want to get everything lined up before you go and tighten it down. Okay, I want to bring up, we've now gotten all of our bolts that are going to bolt together hand started. Now, you want to start, I'm going to use the ratchet so I can reach in here easily. You're going to want to start with, just start with one of these in the middle, and you want to line up, make sure you line up all your lines. And then the next thing you do, you're going to want to make sure you're level across here, because these are set with some movement for adjustment. So you want to go ahead and get one. Make sure it's nice and level. And you don't have to over crank these. These are, once they're tight, they're going to be good. Get a good snug. Make use of that. I love the ratchet wrenches. All right, after you've gotten your middle all secure, now as you get this tighter, you're gonna notice how much firmer it starts getting. And also, with this extra support bar that's on there, you'll see how much more stout this is. Now, after you've got this lined up, now we gotta line up. You've got movement, of course, because the bed rail bolts, they'll slide in there. They're designed for that. Let's make sure we're all centered. How we're gonna like our placement. And then you're also gonna have these little inserts. All you're gonna do before you tighten it all down, just slide these in from the side, and that's what gives it a nice seam. So that way when it tightens down, you're good to go. Now you're gonna need your T40. And now that we're set where we're at, let's get these down first. We'll need to just get them hand tight. That way all you gotta do, nice and snug. Okay, sitting good there. Get these. Get them all hand tight. Now we'll snug them up. Put our little insert in over here. Okay, got all those. Now we're going to put our socket back on and we'll get our security board bolts. Go ahead and get those hand tight too. You can go ahead and get them all going. That way everything's lined up. Just make sure your security board is behind the mounting nuts or the bolts for the seat. That's why when it bolts down, no one can pull the security panel forward. Ready for your cooler to go on top. Just set your switch back. That's it. You're ready to go. Probably took about 5 minutes. Do it a couple times. You get to be able to knock it out pretty quick. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up on JFTops.com. And I hope I answered all your questions.